squeaky door then. Mish, how you doing, brother?
Not too bad, John. You?
I'm okay, mate. I'm okay. We just lost 1-0 to Brighton. Do you want to break it down for us?
Um, Man, do you know what? The hardest thing, first of all, is waiting because you're the last game on a Sunday. Right? I don't know why it is. Right? We all seem to be the last game, and that's annoying to start off with. Today, right, there was just no atmosphere. But I mean atmosphere. I know there's no fans in the ground, but everything was stale.
Yeah.
Everything was just nothing uplifting about it. And then you think the game's going to grow. And the first half was so bad. It was so bad. There was no urgency. The passing was just off. The formation. There was just nothing about it. And you kind of went in at half time thinking, raise this. And for the first 5-10 minutes, you thought, yeah, okay, we might something. But really, as the game drifted on, the time just went on. And I don't know about whatever you thought, but I never thought we were going to get back into it. We never really
No, I
worked the
didn't.
keeper that well, to be honest. We never worked the keeper that well, and it kind of just, it just kind of drifted out. And do you know what? It made me think that Brighton almost played like Mourinho, gone 1-0 up, defended it, and
Yeah.
won the game, and hit us on the counter attack. And it was quite ironic, really.
Didn't you think that I actually thought that Brighton played really well? I know it's very easy as a Spurs fan to subjectively always blame your own, but I actually thought if you actually look at that from an unbiased point of view, I actually thought that Brighton was set up really well. I thought they pressed really well. I thought they defended really well as a team. They actually looked like the team that was playing as a team. We looked like a bunch of individuals playing for the first time. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I did. Put it this way. I think the commentator said it, and he was right. If you're an alien coming down to space, you're just watching that game, you wouldn't have a clue what team's at the top and what team's at the bottom.
Yeah.
They just did a number on us. They absolutely did a number on us. And we had, in the last third, nothing. And you're right, that was probably down to Brighton being organised. And I don't know, I think there was just more urgency about them. When they got the ball, I thought they just passed it around better than us. They kind of hunted in packs where we'd go out one player on his own and he'd look around nearest players, 30, 40 metres away. So I thought that they were just better organised. And to be honest, they could have won 2 or 3-0, really.
Yeah, exactly.
We were certainly lucky to get away with 1-0. I kind of feared the game beforehand, but I thought, we've got enough. But obviously we're going to miss Kane. But even Aurier, I know it's all kicked off in the dressing room and he hasn't come back out again. But I think we kind of missed him today. It was just it's really bad because after a bad performance at Liverpool, you thought you were going to get something a bit more, or you hoped you would do. But we're just going backwards. We're just going backwards.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Do you think we came out in the second half and showed a little bit more hunger, a little bit more intent? I mean, I could see that was a little bit. You could tell that Josie had said something to them at half time because they showed a little bit more urgency. But I just felt as though we were like trying to thread. What's the expression? Thread to the eye of a needle in that second half, and I could just tell we weren't going to score. I know that's negative to say that, but I could just see the way that they were set up, the way that we were set up. It was like trying to bash down a brick wall.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that. But there's not many positives. Think of a positive come out of that game. And it doesn't matter how positive you are. I don't think there is one.
No.
And second half, they came out the first 10 minutes. They thought, okay, here we go. But it kind of just fizzled out. And I think Brighton, once they weathered the onslaught, first 10-15 minutes, they realised, is that all you got?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and we kind of huffed and puffed, and Mourinho tried to change it all around. The whole Bale thing is just really confusing and baffling because when he was substituted, he looked like he just did not give a monkeys. He got his tracksuit on and he just did not care, and he kind of sat down. But his performance kind of reflected his attitude. Really, he just looked really uninterested. I just find it baffling how we're playing so bad and how bad. Don't get me wrong, I didn't expect we were going to have Gareth Bale from 8 years ago. I knew we weren't going to get that. But, you're looking at getting him on for next year and you're saying no because you're paying them at a bundle
premium
money,
rate. Yeah, exactly.
$200,000 a week or whatever it's reported to be. For the investment, you're saying no, it's not working. 200 grand could get you 3 or 4 players. And he just looks uninterested. I've tried to defend him all along, but
Yeah.
you know, I can't see where we go with
MICH, I was the first one to say that he'd gone, and I actually said it during the West Ham game when he first came on. I went, guys, he's gone, mate. And everyone's like, nah, it's fitness, and like every month it's like, nah, he needs a few more games, I'm like, come on, guys, when are you gonna finally own up and say he's had it, mate? His legs have gone.
Yeah, but do you know what? The reason why people were saying that, because in their heart they wanted it to
They
work
wanted it,
so
yeah.
much.
They want it,
No
yeah.
one wants, yeah, no one wants this. So you know, I still hope it still comes off.
Yeah, we still want it.
We all love Gareth Bale. We all love him. The day he came over, we followed him from Spain on the plane, the train.
I
It was so
know.
exciting. And that's why we're all trying to give him another chance.
Yeah.
But when do you say it's just like it's gone? You know, I was on here before, and the only thing I'll say, because everyone's going to get on Mourinho's case, and I kind of get that. I still think though that he's got to finish off the season. All right, I don't want to give like a knee-jerk reaction after a game because everyone's annoyed.
Definitely,
after that. He's got to finish off the season. You've still potentially got top four, although I can't see it if I'm honest. But if he wins a trophy, then he's already done his job. Whether that's going to be enough, because people have had enough of his style of football. I mean, his style of football is dreadful. It's a hard watch, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? I mean, if you're winning games with this style of football, you can kind of put up with it because you're thinking, well, it's working. But when you're playing this brand of football and you're not winning games and you're losing to teams like Brighton, then you know, like that's when big question marks are raised. You know what I mean? So yeah, I totally hear you there, Mish.
Absolutely, it's hard to watch that and lose. And I don't know what the stats are with shots. We couldn't have had many. Possession was probably down. Yeah, you're right. It's a hard watch, and I think that as Spurs fans, I grew up watching Hoddle, Waddle, Gascoigne, Klinsmann, Ginola, all fair players, right? And now it's a shadow of that. It's barely the same club, apart from the cockerel on the shirt. There's nothing recognisable.
Yeah, I know.
It's those sort of performances. And
it's funny. Yeah, sorry, mate. Go on, carry on, Mish. Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say it's just there's a generation of people are desperate for a trophy. That's me included. 13 years is far too long. But I don't think we can go on with this style of football if we don't win. It's as simple as that. Sorry, John. Go on.
No, I was just going to say that it might work in our favour, and I'll tell you why. Because paradoxically, what tends to happen is when we win cups, it normally correlates with a very poor league performance. So if you look at the 91 Cup final, we were actually in a lot of trouble as a club as well, trying to finance the club, and we're going through a lot of transitions behind the scenes. When we won under Juan de Ramos, we're obviously like tanking in the league. You know what I mean? If you look at Arsenal when they've been winning the FA Cups, tanking in the league. There's almost like a weird paradox where actually when you lose sight of the league, you tend to focus more on the cup. So maybe it might be a blessing in disguise. There might actually be a cup for us this season. Who knows? But I totally agree with you. The style of football's not great. When I watched it today, it looked like Brighton were playing like a prime Poch team, and we were looking like the tail end of Juan de Ramos. That's what it looked like to me. But anyway, Mish, we've got to move on. Thanks for your call, buddy. Really appreciate it. And let's keep the spirits up. Let's try and keep a little bit of positivity. Let's try and see what we can do for the rest of the season. And we still hold a bit of hope. All right then, Mish.
No problem. Take care, John.
Take care, mate. We'll speak to you soon. Cheers now.